Hello, everyone. I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
Chris is hanging out with me. Welcome to the Chore of Duty, finally back on the air. In case you hadn't noticed, this episode is actually turning out. I'd said before that it was going to, Chore of Duty was mainly going to be over on Rumble because it's the only place where we have free speech. But this one, I think we're going to be able to get away with putting it on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see how it turns out. But we are going to be talking about Elon Musk. I'm actually doing 2 episodes of the Chore of Duty this week. Both of them are on Elon Musk, but they're both about different concepts. Now, there is another episode of the Chore of Duty coming out this week that's going to be Rumble exclusive because it's going to be looking at the Twitter files that came out this past week. We're recording this on Sunday, December 4th, 2022. Back on December 2nd, he released just this document dump full of stuff that related to how Twitter and Twitter personnel interfered in elections over the past, 2022, 2020, 2018, 2016. We'll be looking at that. That will only be coming up exclusively on the Rumble channel because YouTube and Facebook get a little pissy on that. So, this episode I'm going to talk about what Elon Musk and what I think Elon Musk is going to do with Twitter. You either love Elon Musk or you hate him at this point, okay? Now I'm going to introduce you to some concepts that you may not understand at first, but I honestly think this is where he's going. I tweeted out earlier this week, and I think you saw it, that Elon Musk is playing 4D chess while all of his enemies are trying to play tic-tac-toe and identifying as the black squares and trying to claim an immediate win because they're all diagonal. When you point out the white squares are diagonal, they start screaming a hissy fit and throw themselves in the corner. Elon Musk is showing signs that he's got an ulterior plan beyond Twitter. I'm seeing these signs. I'm not hearing many people talking about it, though. So I'm going to put this out there and see what you guys think. All 5 of you who may listen to these episodes. But, okay, let's look at what Elon Musk has done in the past. Chris, what is Elon Musk known for right now?
All the space stuff. He sent a car into space. He made a shuttle that would go up and come back down safely and all that stuff.
Can you name the companies that Elon Musk has started?
Well, there's the SpaceX program. I think that's
SpaceX. The
Mm-hmm.
electric cars, Tesla.
Oh yeah, Tesla. Yeah.
He owns Twitter now.
Yeah.
But he's actually been involved in starting up one other company that nobody really talks about. I've heard it mentioned maybe twice since he bought Twitter.
I have no idea.
PayPal. Elon Musk was one of the guys who designed PayPal, and he was one of the ones who got it off the ground and running.
Huh.
He used the money he made off of PayPal when it was sold to Google, I believe. He used the money from that to start Tesla.
Huh.
Now, Elon Musk, let me introduce you to how Elon Musk thinks, okay? Like I said, he plays 4D chess. Why would Elon Musk help found PayPal? The idea is to create an alternative financial platform to what the banks are doing. Because all the financial systems are set up to benefit the banks and the financial system. They're not set up to really benefit the people. The banks, whenever you use a debit card, they get a taste of that transaction. That comes out of the business person's pocket, and so the business person has to raise their prices to cover that added cost, and you pay that cost. So you and the business are giving these banks all this money. The idea with PayPal was to provide an alternative processing center that bypassed those banks and their systems, the Visa and MasterCard systems, in order to provide savings to the end customer. That was why Elon Musk started it, and of course to get rich. So he stays there for a while. He sees an idea. He gets an idea back in the Obama administration that the Obama administration was pushing the idea of subsidizing electric cars for some insane reason. Obama's people were just convinced that electric cars are healthier for the environment than gasoline cars. And on the surface, if you don't spend more than 2 brain cells thinking about it, it makes sense because there's no exhaust, there's no dripping oil, there's all this stuff, right? So it makes sense until you realize the majority of electricity in this country is created by burning coal. So you've gone from gas-burning engines to coal-burning engines, ultimately. Elon Musk didn't care about that. All he cared about was the subsidy. Okay? The government was subsidizing electric vehicle production and the development of electrical batteries. Elon Musk wanted a taste of that, so he used the money he got from selling his part of PayPal, and he started Tesla. And so he starts hiring people to start developing these batteries and developing these chassis and developing these systems. So now you've got Tesla, a new car company that exclusively deals with all electric cars and the charging stations, all this other stuff. For years, Elon Musk was just doing Tesla. Eventually, Tesla gets big enough that he no longer qualifies for those government subsidies. Okay? And the people who are buying electric cars, so many had bought them that the government just stopped subsidizing the purchase of electric cars anymore. All that free government money went away, and Elon Musk suddenly got interested in space. Because guess what? There are all kinds of public and private subsidies for space programs. So he's like, you know what? He comes up with SpaceX, which is the idea of a reusable rocket system. Not quite like the space shuttle was, where it would take off and land like a plane. This one would be more of a recoverable rocket that you'd be able to reuse over and over and over. So he gets that together, and once he starts getting that to the point where it starts posting some successes, suddenly he's on to the next thing. He's got another idea, and this is his Starlink system. This is where he puts little satellites about the size of a bread box up in orbit, in low-level orbits at geosynchronous positions, and they provide high-speed internet to rural areas. And because they can cover a wide area. And because they're low level, the latency on it is really low. So you can actually go gaming and stuff on using these things. It's only available in certain parts of the planet, including the Ukraine, he points out. But he does this because, guess what? There's government subsidies involved. Anybody who pays a cell phone bill pays a universal access fund run by the FCC that is designed to provide affordable high-speed internet everywhere in the country. Well, if he's offering these internet things, he's able to collect some of the money that goes to pay for that because he's providing internet access in rural areas. More of that subsidy money into his pocket, he just cleans up. So now he gets that caught up, and then what does he do? The next thing he does, well, after telling Ukraine to be more appreciative of what he's been providing for them, he buys Twitter, okay, for $44 billion. And doesn't pull it in cash either. He went into debt to buy Twitter. He's using other people's money to buy Twitter.
Wait, he went into debt? He was like rich.
He is rich. And that's how he stays rich. Here's something a lot of you don't understand. And if you ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, this makes sense to you. The reason rich people stay rich is they never use their own money. They keep their money safely on the sideline, put away someplace safe. They'll go and use other people's money. Remember, Elon Musk has been using government subsidies to pay for a lot of his stuff. So he's never using his own money. He's taking all the profits and he's banking them, but he's not using any of his own money to pay for this stuff. So with Twitter, technically he's the owner because he's the one who signed off on all the funding and stuff, the loans. But what he's doing by firing a bunch of people off. Okay,
Yeah.
remember that one? He fired all these engineers?
Yeah.
The reason he fired all the engineers is because there's an old saw in management. It's called the 10-90 rule. Okay, 10% of your workers do 90% of your work. The other 90% of your workers just get in the way. And that's actually true to a certain extent. The number is not actually 10-90. I'd say it's more like 30-70. But you're a part of the 10%, Chris. I'm a part of the 10%. We wind up wiping a lot of other people's noses for them, to put it politely. So what he did was he got rid of a lot of the dead weight, and a lot of that dead weight were the woke people who were trying to silence the people they didn't like. They were the people with political agendas. Okay? So he gets rid of all of them, and now he's able to promote Twitter as a free speech platform. Half the country has been oppressed under the previous regime, but now he's welcoming them all back. He says, look what I've done. I've gotten rid of all the people who would have held you back. Come on back in. Come back in the water. The water's fine. So people start coming back in to the tune, I understand, of 2 million new users a day to Twitter. Okay? Since he started this. 2 million a day is what he's going through right now. Do you think that Elon Musk, knowing everything I've told you so far, do you think he's making any money off of free speech?
No.
I'll give you a hint, and you're correct, but I'll give you folks a hint at home. The ad market is in the dumps right now, because everybody's in survival mode in this economy. So all that precious advertising revenue that was supposed to support everybody, it ain't there. We should have talked about that on Geeking Out, because Netflix is in for a severe lesson when they try to do their ad-supported stuff. Disney Plus, same way. But anyway, so Elon Musk isn't going to make a dime off of ads, okay? And to tell you the truth, any newspaper could tell you this. Your ad sales department usually makes just enough money to pay for itself. They contribute very little to the bottom line. That's the way it typically works at a typical newspaper. And the way it typically works with an online website, unless you reach a certain critical mass in the market. Anyway. I think what Elon Musk is doing is he's trying to set Twitter up as an alternative. Not as a messaging platform like Facebook Messenger or Instagram or anything like that. Or Telegram. Or Gab. Because there's plenty, as you can tell, there's plenty of competition there. He's not trying to strengthen Twitter as an alternative to messaging, okay? To the 140 characters, 160 characters, 240 characters, whatever the character is. That's not the point. This is his foot in the door. Listen closely. This is what I believe Elon Musk is about to undertake. We know he has experience with PayPal. So we know he understands the financial markets. We know he has experience with Tesla, so he has experience with manufacturing. We know he has experience with Starlink, so now we know he has experience with telecommunications. Now he's on Twitter and he's learning how telecommunications work in a publishing form by distributing and disseminating information. So now he's got a platform that can disseminate information, Starlink, which can get it to wherever you are in the Tesla that you're driving, that you're paying for with your PayPal account, right? He's got all this stuff that's called vertical integration. Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter to make it a free speech platform. He bought Twitter because he wants to be the next Google. His goal is not to take down Facebook. His goal is to take down Google. Because Google, look at everything Google does. Google Wallet, they're involved in, they're a competitor to PayPal. Gmail, they're the dominant email platform. Google Search, okay? all these different little things. Android phones. Remember last week, I think the news came out, people were trying to pressure Apple and Google into dropping Twitter from the Play stores, from their app stores. Apple backed down, mainly because Elon Musk said, hey, we'll make our own phone. I bet you money Elon Musk still makes his own phone. And it's not going to run on Apple, it's not going to run on iOS, it's not going to run on Android. It's going to run on some kind of open source program that he doesn't have to program or maintain himself. But it's going to become open base, kind of like how HTML is now. Anybody can use HTML. It's free to use. He'll get into it so that he'll still get into the cell phone things, I think, just to tick Google and Android off. Okay? He's out to take down Google. Because Google, do you remember, Chris? We're almost done here. Do you remember what Google's original slogan was when they first started? We've talked about this before. Their original slogan, it was 3 words. Don't be... Don't be evil. Remember that?
Oh.
That was Google's.
Okay.
That was Google's original slogan. Don't be evil. But then they got to a certain point where they got big enough, and they threw out the guys who originally started up Google, and they got rid of that, and they've been evil ever since. Guess who reclaims that slogan? It's going to be Elon Musk over at Twitter. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be called TwitPay. I'm not going to say that it's going to be Twit Search, and it's going to be Twit Phone, and Twit this and Twit that. I don't know what exactly he's going to call it. He's originally going to call it the Tesla phone. The Tesla phone.
Oh,
because that works so well. But I'll bet you money that right now Elon Musk, even with the ads as bad as they are and stuff, I'll bet you he's turning Twitter profitable as we speak. And he's going to use that to expand the platform and make it, not, like I said, not the next Facebook, but the next Google. And within the next 2 years, because these things happen fast, just ask MySpace. The next 2 years, you're going to see Facebook/Meta on its last legs, and you're going to see Google looking like it had just gotten a donkey punch. Okay? Because Elon Musk is coming to town, guys, and when Elon Musk decides he's going to do something, he does it and shakes up entire industries when he does it. So keep an eye out, guys, because Elon is coming to town. So that'll wrap up what I've got on what I think the future of Elon Musk is. Any last comments, Chris, or are you just thinking about what do you think about what I said?
I mean, it makes sense.
If you had a chance to try a Tesla phone instead of letting Google all over your stuff, or Apple for that matter, nosing into every single phone call, every text message, every email, everything you send or receive, would you take Elon Musk up on it just to try it?
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
Especially if the price is right. So
yeah. I mean, I would do it. It's just I would also, in the back of my mind, be worried, what if he decides to do something like,
And that's why he's establishing his free speech bona fides right now. He's saying, look, I'm one of the good guys here. Just trust me.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Famous last words. So we'll see what happens there. In the meantime, for those of you who are listening right now, we'll see you next week, probably on Geeking Out, in a new episode of Backrack Video. For those of you who are listening to me over on the, I forgot it that fast, the Rumble website. For those of you who are listening on Rumble, we have another episode coming up here shortly, which is going to be about Elon Musk, and it's going in an entirely different direction. So, till next time, on behalf of
Chris,
I'm Spike. We'll see y'all next time on the Chore Duty. Good night, everybody.